They never wore crowns, but kings borrowed from them. From the Jewish ghetto of Frankfurt, one man raised 5 sons and planted them like arrows across Europe. They funded emperors, moved armies without lifting a sword, and at Waterloo, they knew the outcome before the cannons stopped. Through banks, bonds, and silence, they built an empire no war could touch, and one signature helped shape a nation still burning in the headlines. They didn't need thrones. They owned the kings who sat on them. The silent empire.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a typical butterfly needle set. If somebody has a scissor, then there, I got it. Okay. It's sterile. And usually we use it to take blood by sticking this in, and then we can inject things also. So, let's do that. We got this. Okay. Now I'm gonna let me put my glasses on, okay? Good. I think you'd rather I do that. I got to tell you a cute little story. Shortly after my son was born many years ago, he's now 40, he got some kind of an infection or whatnot, and I spoke to the pediatrician at the hospital. I was an intern at the time, and he said, go home and give him a shot of penicillin. So I took the syringe and everything home, and my wife held Bruce over her shoulder, and I grabbed his little bottom cheek, and I go like this, and I stuck it right into my thumb, so.
Careful.
You can tell I don't like doing this, never have. Okay. We want to get a lot of blood. There we go. Okay? There we go. Now, I'm wiping this needle thoroughly in this blood. And I say to my friends Fauci and Gottlieb and Galpin and Gallo and all the rest of those criminals, all right, that this is for the sake of humanity and no other reason. Oh, whoa, whoa. Right. And believe me, it hurts. And this is in the hope that it'll save the lives of millions of individuals who will die because of the greatest lie ever told.
It was not the Great Flood, but the 1600s experienced enough water to cover railroad tracks that had to be dug out. In the 1800s, enough water that would take over 800 ships and pull them together in a cluster in San Francisco Bay. The remnants burned in 1851. Enough water in the 1600s to bury pyramids in South America and in Mexico. It was enough water to take an entire island and pull it back to the mainland. It was enough water to make a land with no Great Lakes into a land of Great Lakes. The evidence is all around us in paintings, maps, testimony, but you will not find this 16th century event in any history book.
What has happened in the United States now is that the public has suddenly woken up and realized that they have been cheated ever since John F. Kennedy was assassinated. John F. Kennedy was the last honest president in the United States of America, or the last effective president. Ever since Kennedy, all subsequent presidents have been essentially owned as puppets for the deep state. That certainly includes the Bushes and Obama and the Clintons, okay? They were criminal co-conspirators with the deep state, which is the Rothschilds, the banks, the two-party tyranny, and then the corporations and the industrial complex and so forth.